Fellas, AC here. Welcome to another review. How many times have you seen me praise a diesel fragrance? Probably once. One of my very early reviews is a diesel fragrance. This is a fantastic release. Diesel Sound of the Brave. 2021 release. I couldn't find the name of the perfume ad for you, but I have to tell you one thing. Very few designer fragrances impress me nowadays, and this one, the moment I started testing it, it impressed me immediately. So let me show you. I've almost run out of the sample, but it's been to good use. It's been put to good use. I've been testing it over late summer. Now it's almost autumn, well, mid-autumn, and I've really enjoyed it. So this fragrance is all about getting you compliments, easy to wear, and very approachable, very likable fragrance. There are many fragrances this fragrance recalls, and I'll go through them one by one. So when you first spray it, the fragrance will remind you of fragrances that have this sort of bubblegummy sweetness, and you think, okay, there are many fragrances which smell like that. So Invictus by Paco Rabanne came to mind, even 1 Million by Paco Rabanne came to mind. Also, it's been compared to Ultramar by Jean-Paul Gaultier. All those references are correct. It comes to mind. And when I first sprayed, my personal experience was I got this beautiful orange, hard-boiled candy smell. And I liked that smell. But then it turned into that bubblegummy sweetness, and I thought to myself, okay, I've smelled this before. And many fragrances do that nowadays, and that's one of the reasons I feel a little bit disappointed by those fragrances. But this one really has a fantastic twist to the tail. So this fragrance has this hay-like dryness which develops in the middle of the fragrance, and the fragrance top notes are juniper berries and lemon. I can see a little bit of lemon candy like smell, sweet and sour, and very juicy and very full kind of a smell, but I don't get the juniper berry smell. Maybe it's just doing that thing at the background. Juniper berry normally makes a fragrance smell a little bit fizzy. There's no fizziness here. And in the middle stages, as I said, what I really liked was the smell of hay. Sweet, sour, smell of hay, dry, right? And they've used something called sweet grass. Now, I've never smelled a fragrance with sweet grass note in it, but I really enjoyed this one. That's when I started really liking this fragrance. Towards about 3 or 4 hours later, the sweetness, the bubblegummy sweetness, that sort of generic sweetness goes away. And the fragrance in its dry down has a note which I really enjoy, amberwood. The fragrance becomes dry, warm, ambery, slightly ambery, and maintains that lemony tartness about itself. I really enjoy the real middle stage and the dry down. Fantastic. Nothing special, but very, very enjoyable. Really enjoyed it. So I thought I'll review this fragrance. So upsides and downsides. Number one upside has to be the performance of this fragrance. This fragrance has already hit the discounters. You can get 100 ml for less than 40 bucks. Yeah, here in the UK. And it gives you a longevity of more than 12 hours on skin, which is what I really liked. Then is the projection. The projection is insane. You know, I've been testing it from this little vial, and whenever I put 2, it just goes and, you know, I smell it everywhere. It has a lovely trail, and if I go outdoors and if it's windy, I smell it. It's got a fantastic projection, and it also has a strong sillage. The fragrance is very strong, which is what I really enjoyed. So that has to be the number one upside. Number 2 upside, extremely easy to wear, very versatile, and huge amount of compliment. That would be number 3. Why? Because it's so likable. It's so approachable. It may be generic, but it's very likable because of the middle stages and the dry down I explained to you. So where would you wear this? I would wear this, and I'll come to that later on, but if you are looking for a fragrance that you can easily wear to office, and you want to wear the same fragrance to your social gatherings, your clubbing, and you're in the 25 to 35 age group, even dates, you've got a very nice fragrance here. Without spending too much money, without making too much effort, you can actually wear and smell very good. So that has to be the third upside. Easy to wear and compliment factor very high, very high. It's easy to like this fragrance. Now let's talk about the downsides. Initially, the fragrance smells pretty generic, and even during its dry down, it reminds me of Ultramal a little bit, not a lot, a little bit. So uniqueness factor is pretty low in this fragrance, right? So that has one downside. I couldn't think of anything else. It's just pretty. It's almost generic. I wouldn't say completely generic. It's almost generic, and that's the only downside I can think of. Value for money is pretty high. Performance is very good. Smells lovely, although not very unique. Where would you wear this? As I said, extremely versatile. If you're looking for that one fragrance that you can wear everywhere and you don't care about hundreds of bottles, very good. Could be a signature scent. Age groups 25 plus. 25 to 35 is a perfect sweet spot. Excuse me. If you're looking for a professional smell, if you're looking for get-together, friendships, pubs, that sort of thing, If you're hanging with your friends, you'll definitely get noticed and complimented, for sure. Value for money, pretty high. Decent fragrance, decent performance, more than decent performance, smells lovely, lots of compliments to be expected, doesn't cost a lot of money. Terrific value for money, very good fragrance. I think I've covered all aspects, haven't I? I think I have. Season, autumn, perfect. Absolutely perfect. That smell of hay in the middle stages makes the fragrance autumnal. It's really nice. And the dry down of amberwood. So I would say autumn is the best time to wear this fragrance. With tremendous performance, even if it gets very cold, you can still have this on your shirt. Best place to wear it would be on your shirt, and you will project. It's lovely. So marks out of 10. I think I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Although this is not a unique fragrance, it has got many pluses, and I would highly recommend you sample this. I think there's a very high likability factor of this fragrance. It's a really likable fragrance. So here you go. There's always a first. Here's another diesel fragrance I recommend highly. If you're looking for something, if you're not too fussed about niche and all that, if you're looking for something that you want to wear to any occasion and you want to get noticed and complimented, this is a very good choice. 7 out of 10. Hope you enjoyed the review, fellas. Take care. Bye-bye.